Okay, let's unpack this. So imagine standing inside a living room in Óbidos, Portugal, right? And the wild Atlantic Ocean is crashing just, literally feet away from you.
Oh, wow. Yeah. That sounds intense.
Right. And usually coastal architecture is all about defense, like thick concrete and tiny windows, just bunkering down against the salt and the wind.
Trying to keep nature out.
Exactly. But we are doing a deep dive today into the private ocean front home, customized just for you, the listener, to explore how modern architecture can actually dissolve that barrier between domestic space and wild nature.
Because this house really does the exact opposite of bunkering down.
Right. It's designed as what they call a vision device. So instead of acting as this opaque fortress, it's a permeable threshold where the ocean actually generates the interior space, like living inside a giant camera lens.
I love that analogy, a camera lens.
Yes.
Because the architecture is engineered to actively capture and manipulate your line of sight.
Framing the ocean like a constantly changing painting?
Exactly. Instead of just a flat window, acting like a picture frame, the walls and ceiling are angled specifically to draw your eye outward.
Right.
It actively pulls the horizon into the room.
Which is such a wild concept. But why treat a house like an art exhibition? Well, it traces directly back to the architect's academic roots, Jorge Sousa Santos.
Right, because he holds a master's degree focused on museum spaces.
He does, yeah. And he actively transposes those exhibition concepts into residential homes, using these massive, continuous windows to literally exhibit the marine landscape to the people living there.
What's fascinating here is the ecological reality behind all that art. Because if you're putting the ocean on display, you're building this massive glass gallery right on top of a highly fragile sand dune ecosystem.
Right, so how do they pull that off without destroying the very thing they're trying to showcase?
Well, they had to completely rethink the foundation. They couldn't excavate deep because that would disrupt the fragile root systems holding the sand together.
Oh, so they couldn't just dig a normal basement?
No, not at all. Instead, they used these low-impact micropile foundations. Basically, the house is pinned to the ground on slender stilts, just hovering above the sand.
Wait, really? Just hovering?
Yeah. And they combine that with advanced materials treated to actively resist salt corrosion. So the house respects and preserves the ecosystem. It rests lightly on the landscape rather than dominating it.
I get the structural feat, for sure. But dropping a highly engineered glass box onto a beach? Doesn't that risk feeling kind of cold? Without solid walls to enclose you, it seems like you'd be living in a sterile corporate lobby.
It totally could. But that's where the interior curation becomes critical. They brought in Studio Forma 96, a Polish design team, to ground the space with highly tactile, mineral-inspired design.
Oh, right. I read they curated specific Flexform furniture to act as an extension of the architecture.
Yes. For example, the Groundpiece sofa in the living area features this boucle fabric.
Boucle, that's the yarn with all the loops and tight curls woven into it, right?
That's the one. It creates a very nubby surface. So when you sit on it, it physically mimics the coastal sand and rough rocks you're looking at outside.
Oh, that is so clever, unifying the sense of touch and sight.
Right. And in the spa area, they used Tessa furniture that utilizes traditional wood joints. It physically cues you to slow down your senses.
Yeah, taking it all in. But looking at all this pure, motionless minimalism, I'm honestly a bit surprised. Didn't Sousa Santos used to design with crazy moving parts, like inspired by Lego bricks?
If we connect this to the bigger picture, you're absolutely right to spot that contrast. You're thinking of Casa I from back in 2007.
Right, the one with the literal moving walls.
Exactly. He used to be fascinated by mechanical complexity. And then in 2011, he designed Casa Y, which was this aggressive star-shaped structure with a cinematic curved window.
Right, the architecture itself was the main character. It demanded attention.
But this 2026 home represents a huge evolution. He stripped away the mechanical gimmicks and allowed geometry. By making the architecture entirely still and radically transparent, he's letting the dynamic movement of the ocean do the work. The house no longer performs, it observes.
Wow. And that brings us to why you should care about this project, because it completely challenges you to view your own living space differently. Not as a defensive wall against the outside world, but as an interactive interface with it.
Exactly.
So what does this all mean? It means the exterior, the interior, and the local ecosystem can actually form one indivisible system.
When the foundation protects the sand, and the walls frame the horizon, and the sofa mimics the rocks, you don't just have a house sitting on a beach anymore.
Right. So We want to leave you with this provocative thought to mull over. If your own home were instantly redesigned as a vision device to perfectly frame and respect its immediate outside environment, how would that constant, unfiltered connection alter your daily psychological state?